talk about the pros and cons of living in Bothell. If you are considering where to live when you move to the Puget Sound or are already here and are wondering if Bothell is right for you, then you'll want to tune into this video. Today we're going to be talking about downtown Bothell, and I'm so excited to share my insights and pictures and videos. Make sure you subscribe to our channel so you can see all the fun things that are going on in and around town, and hit the bell so they actually notify you when new content comes out. We don't want you to miss that one that you were waiting for. If you have video ideas, suggestions, or questions, I would love to read them. I try to reply to everything, so make sure you type those in the comments below. That's what this was. Comments below, comments below. So with no further ado, let's get into the pros and cons of living in Bothell. Now, Bothell is a town, city, suburb located right at the north end of Lake Washington, right between Seattle and Bellevue to the west and east below. And then up north, you'll get to the city of Everett. So from a commuting perspective, Bothell has a lot to offer. In addition, the Northshore School District is fantastic. It's a very highly rated school district, and a lot of people want to move to Bothell just to get into the Northshore schools. Now, what I've seen in Bothell lately is that there is a real demand for housing there, and this has created some problems because it's actually hard to buy a home. They're so popular that they're going very fast off the market, and depending on when you watch this, that may no longer be the case. But if you're looking for something in Bothell, having a strategy going in and knowing that you can't necessarily buy it off the shelf at the price you see it listed for on the MLS is a good word to the wise. So in the downtown Bothell area, there's an interesting mix of old and new. Certainly on one side of the street, you see everything is brand new, and on the other side, you see a lot of the older downtown buildings. This is almost a historical area. It's certainly been there for a long time, but it's really changed the face of Bothell to have these new construction projects coming in, and it'll be interesting to see how the development progresses because I know they have more in store. One of the great newer additions to the downtown Bothell area is the UW Bothell campus. Now, it's not necessarily right in downtown Bothell, but it is connected by the Sammamish Trail, and it's fairly easy to get there. The UW Bothell campus is right off of Highway 405 and Highway 522 headed out east toward Monroe. So if you live on the east side, or if you're coming into town from Bellevue, you're going to have great access to this campus, and they do have a lot of buildings there, as well as dormitories if you want to live right on campus and have a miniature UW experience. Now, outside of this downtown area, most of Bothell is fairly residential. So we have Bothell High School, and we have a shooting range, I think. I mostly think of Bothell as a place to live rather than a place to go, with the exception of this downtown Bothell Landing area that they're really in the process of redeveloping, and it's looking so good right there on the shores of the Sammamish River. So we came out east on the Sammamish River Trail here, and we're getting great views of the river. We passed Bothell Landing, and we're biking with kids, so we're going fairly slowly, and we just came out and had a little picnic here. We're gonna turn around and head back. Just a quick day out, but this trail is accessible from Bothell, from Woodinville, from Kenmore, from Lake Forest Park, and the city of Seattle. It's the Burt Gilman Trail over on the west side. Now in Bothell, as far as housing, we are seeing a lot of new construction going in. This area, I think of sort of a lot of split level homes, very suburban residential. Those homes are going for $600,000 and $700,000 now for a 3-bedroom, 2-bath split level in Bothell. So it's not exactly glamorous in most places, but it is certainly becoming expensive. So the answer to that has been taking out some of the older homes that may be dilapidated and unrepaired, out of repair, in need of repair. They've been taking out some of the older homes in Bothell and replacing them with new construction. And as many municipalities are in this area, they are looking to build with a higher density in mind. That means more condos and more townhomes, smaller yards. It's going to be relatively difficult to find anything that's new construction that comes with a large yard. Now, if you love trees, you're going to love Bothell because there are a lot of wooded areas as well as parks that you can visit. All of us here in the Pacific Northwest really value the parks and the outdoors, the natural beauty that we're surrounded with. We enjoy the mountains from a distance, but in Bothell we also have, great access to the lake and a lot of forested areas to the north. The city of Bothell is right on the border between King County and Snohomish County. So there are some areas with a Bothell address that are not necessarily part of the city of Bothell. So when you're looking at things like zoning, you'll want to confirm whether you need to follow the guidelines of Snohomish County or Bothell. For example, I have a client who's looking to buy a split level and develop the downstairs as an accessory dwelling unit, making it essentially a 2-unit property. So the rules for that vary depending on if you're going to do that in the city of Bothell or outside of Bothell in Snohomish County. Historically, one of my favorite events in Bothell has been the 4th of July parade, and we actually have spent several years going to that before I think it was the redevelopment of this Bothell landing area kind of put that on hold. So we'll see if it comes back. But they've had excellent parades with reenactors, with the Seafair Pirates, all sorts of local businesses and politicians on display. So it's a real small town feel with a kids parade in the beginning, dogs and strollers and decorated bicycles, and then it ramps up to some of the bigger, more well-known parade displays from the area. So I hope this gives you a little bit better idea of what it's like to live in Bothell. Now, if you already live here, you probably know all sorts of great things about Bothell, and I would love for you to add your comments below about what your favorite thing is to do or see in Bothell, because we could always use more great ideas. Now, if you're thinking of moving to Bothell and you need any help with finding homes and that type of thing, you're more than welcome to reach out. I'm a real estate broker here in the area. And if you are just visiting and you want to come see Bothell, I really recommend Bothell Landing and the Sammamish River Trail there in the southern part of Bothell along Lake City Way as a great hub or starting point for your Bothell adventure. So make sure you watch my other video on visiting downtown Bothell so you get an idea of what it's like and what some of the fun things are that you can expect to see and do there. We evaluate pros and cons, rank and rate, give advice on living in all sorts of different neighborhoods here in the Puget Sound area. So if you haven't had a chance, check out some of my other neighborhood videos and let us know what you're thinking about when you move here to the Seattle area. Until next time, this is Emily Cressy, and thanks so much for watching.